are back to baseball here for Waterloo versus East Troy Knights, and the first pitch by Jacob is ball high. A whopping 60 degrees here in Waukesha, and comes back with a strike. Jacob evens the count at a ball and a strike. Beautiful day for baseball here in Waukesha. Like I said, a balmy 60 degrees. And swinging strike, strike two for Jacob. Let's see if he finishes him off here with the strikeout. And there it is. Strike three. Jacob adds to his team leading strikeout total. He's now up to 18 through 9 1/3 innings. So almost 2 per inning Jacob's up to. So this is the top of the first. Second batter up. No score yet. And ball just a little bit high. Just to set the Waterloo defense here for you after Jacob delivers this next pitch. And strike one. So at pitcher we've got Jacob. Aiden is behind the plate. First base Dylan. Second base AJ. And Jacob coming back. Ball high. Gavin is at short. We have Mason at third. And your outfield from left to right is Avery, Tucker, and Wyatt. And fall back. So Ryan starts the game on the bench. So Jacob's got him down 1-2 here. And that's high. Games are an hour and 45-minute time limit in this Waukesha Fall Baseball League. Fall back. We're at Infinity Fields here in Waukesha, just about 8-minute drive south of the interstate. Get off at exit 291. Head south on Meadowbrook Road, which turns into Les Paul Parkway. And Jacob with a walk. Good eye by that batter at the plate. That was pretty tough to lay off. So let's see if East Troy is off with the first pitch. No, he's back in plenty of time. Head first slide though. Nope. Balk warning for Jacob. Oh, so what they're saying is that Jacob came set, but then he moves that front foot up in the air. So once you come set, you're not allowed to do that. But I believe that's been his regular motion the entire time. Ball outside. Couldn't tell if that's a strike or a ball. Don't know if I heard that it's 2-1 now or what. So, and down to second, and he is safe in with a steal. So, nothing really hurt there, just a runner on second. I believe Jacob is still ahead in the count. it's 1-1 actually, I think. And swing and a miss. Nope, he was ahead in the count, 1-2. So that is the second out of the inning via the strikeout, and second out of the inning altogether for Jacob. Brings up the East Troy cleanup hitter with a runner in scoring position. Ball high. So 1-0. And fouled back to the fence. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. East Troy runner on second's getting a pretty good jump off with Jacob's delivery. So anything hit to the outfield grass, I can't believe that he would not be trying to score. So, and little grounder straight back. Not quite to the fence. So we are at a ball and a strike. And a little bloop over the fence. Not quite to the Waterloo dugout, so we'll do it again at 1-2. Here in the top of the first inning, 2 down already for East Troy and a runner on second. Waterloo the home team yet, so they'll be coming up here after this next out. Ball high, 2-2, evens the count. That's about 3 that Jacob's thrown a little bit high that they haven't nibbled on yet, so pretty disciplined hitters at the plate. And there's strike 3. So Jacob strikes out the side, only one little blemish on his record for the walk to the second hitter, but that is 1/2 inning complete. East Troy does not score. It is 1-0 or 0-0 with Waterloo coming up. So once again, I was saying it's 60 degrees here in Waukesha. We get to the second game that they have to play at noon, and it's supposed to be about 80 degrees. So 20-degree difference in 4 hours. All these kids were up before the sun to get down here for the 50 to 55 minute trek down to Waukesha from Waterloo. This includes some younger siblings that also decided to get up early to catch the bus, if you will, to make their way down to the Infinity Fields complex here. So East Troy comes into this game with a record of 3-4. They're on a 2-game winning streak here. Their latest victory coming up against Waukesha Blazers Blue Bombers last week. They were victorious 7-6. And before that, they defeated Greenfield 8-5. So 3-4 record. They are just behind Waterloo in the standings. Waterloo being 4-2. This is the first meeting that will occur between these two teams. The next will be on October 2nd. And that game will start, actually October 3rd, I'm sorry. That game will start at noon. So we have Gavin leading off this game. Steps into the box and strike 1. Nice pitch to start the game there by the East Troy pitcher. And here comes a shot out to right left field. Gavin will round first, but will stay put there. So, solid single to start the game for Waterloo. Brings up Mason, who is tied for the team lead in home runs with 2. So let's see if Coach Reedy is aggressive here with Gavin and sends him on the first pitch. And Gavin is off with the pitch. And he has a stolen base to his credit. So a single and a stolen base puts Waterloo into a scoring opportunity here with only the second batter up in the first inning. So Mason with a shot out here to center field. It is off the fence. Gavin comes around to score. And Mason is back with a long single. But 2 batters, and Waterloo has already plated a run. So Mason is on first, brings up Aiden, who is tied with Mason for the team lead in home runs at 2. Swing and a miss, and Mason is into second with a steal. So, carbon copy here, single, steal, run. We now have single, steal. How about we make this another run? Ooh, fouled back by Aiden. So nobody down here in the bottom of the first inning. Waterloo has played it around, and Aiden strikes out swinging. So 1 down in the Waterloo half of inning number 1 brings up AJ. Jacob is on deck. AJ fouled it straight back and over the concession stand. So a couple lineup changes for Coach Reedy in the batting order here. I think this is the first time AJ's batted cleanup. And East Tri pitcher steps off the rubber, but no throw back to second. And ball high to AJ, even at a ball and a strike. And that ball is way outside, but nice stop there by the East Troy catcher to prevent that from going back to the fence. And that ball is low. So 3-1 to AJ. And AJ fouls it back, a little bit tardy on that one. But he got a piece of it. So we are sitting at a full count here. And AJ, once again, foul ball over into field 3, that one went. So we'll do it again at 3-2. And AJ strikes out on a foul tip. So 2 down for Waterloo in the bottom of the first. Brings up the pitcher, Jacob, with an opportunity to drive in Waterloo's second run. And that's low and outside. That goes off the back fence. And Mason takes third on the wild pitch. And Jacob with a nice shot out here to center field that goes back to the fence. And he is going to be held to a long single also. But Jacob with an RBI. Mason scores on the play. That makes it 2-0. And Dylan at the plate. And Jacob with a swipe of second. So 3 stolen bases in the inning for Waterloo also. And Dylan with a shot out to right field, and nice catch by the right fielder falling backwards. Completes the grab. But Waterloo does a little bit of damage here in the bottom of the first inning, scoring 2 on 2 hits. And they leave 1. So after 1 inning of play, Waterloo 2 and East Troy nothing. So we talked about East Troy in the between the first and second inning, record-wise. Waterloo, as I said, comes in 3-3. They were successful in both games last week, winning 3-1 over Puma, and 3-1. I don't have it written down. I think it was 7-4 against Puma. 3-1 against, I don't remember. Anyway, I know they won both games last week. So it's going to be an interesting contest here at noon. Where Waterloo will be taking on Sticks Academy Black, who is undefeated in this league right now. So looks like we have a pitching change for Waterloo. Jacob gets rewarded by striking out the side and is moved to third. So 1 inning pitch for Jacob, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, no runs, no hits. So Aiden comes on. Aiden moves from catcher to pitcher. Jacob moves from pitcher to third base. And it looks like Mason moves from third to catcher. Everybody else is where they were to start the game. So, 5th batter in the East Troy lineup is up, and ball high from Aiden. Second pitch. Couldn't tell. That was outside. Two and one. And there's a bouncer up the... Oh, misplayed by Gavin. Just bounced over his glove for a single. No error on that one. That was a single. So East Troy with a runner on first base. Let's see if he is off with the pitch. And that one's right down the middle for strike 1 from Aiden. This is the 6th batter in the lineup, and that is a pop-up. Who's got it? AJ. AJ gloves it for the first out of the inning for Waterloo. Opportunity here to turn 2 on a ground ball and get out of this inning relatively quickly. 7th batter in the lineup for East Troy up now. And bluff steal by the East Troy runner at first. Batter fouls it back for strike 1. And over to first, and the runner's back in plenty of time. And he is going to first, and oh, just slid under the tag. Nice fire down to second by Mason, but just not in time to get the runner. So East Troy now with a runner in scoring position with only 1 down. And outside from Aiden. And there's a foul ball back to the fence. Be 2-2, I think. Oh, 1-2. And ball 2. That was a nice pitch. I don't think that was a waste of a pitch. That looked pretty good from here. Might have been just a smidge low. That ball's low. So full count now on 7th batter in the East Troy lineup. And that's a ball outside, so East Troy with something going here in the top of the 2nd inning with only 1 down. Runners on first and second. Maybe we can get a ground ball and turn 2 and get out of here. Oh, off to the backstop. Mason corrals it, but runner is safe at third. No advance by the runner from second, or from first. So runners on the corners now with 1 down. And that's a strike, and no throw down to second, so uncontested advance by the runner from first. A little low from Aiden. Two and 1 count here. Three and 1. Well, he's 1 pitch from loading the bases here for East Troy. And there's a swing and a foul tip. So, full count again. Back-to-back batters here. Let's hope for a better result on this one. And that is low. So, 2nd walk of the inning for Aiden. Loads the bases for the 9th batter. 9th batter in the lineup. And a little grounder up the middle. And we have a play at the plate. And he's out at third. So we have a single up the middle that plates 2 for East Troy. But on the throw home to get the 2nd runner, they throw to third and get that runner out. So we are now tied at 2 apiece. And we are back to the top of the order, East Troy. with a runner on second. And big swing and a miss, strike one. And there's a little grounder to short. Gavin fires over to first. And he is out. So Aiden gets out of the inning with only allowing 2 runs. Strands a runner on second. But we are tied up now at 2 apiece. Heading into the bottom of the second inning. Due up for Waterloo will be Ryan, Wyatt, and Avery. If any one of them can reach, then it's Tucker, and then back to the top of the order for Waterloo. Once again, games here are 1 hour and 45 minutes. They hold pretty much true to that time frame. Judging by if the game on field 3 started about the same time, we have 1 hour and 18 minutes left. Hour and 17 actually right now. So somewhere in that neighborhood we are at for time remaining in this game. Once again, this is being broadcast on Sunday, September 18th. If anybody watched the Brewers game last night, Milwaukee Brewers game last night, they were able to defeat the Cubs 6-4 and punch their ticket to the postseason for the 4th year in a row. Waukesha only being about 25 minutes from American Family Field. Ryan starts off with a ball. And grounder back to the on-deck circle. Wyatt picks it up and gets it back into play to the catcher. So ball and a strike to Ryan. Ryan out ahead of that pitch and hits the top of the Waterloo dugout. East Troy third baseman was unable to climb the fence to catch that one, so we'll do it at a ball and a strike. Ball and 2 strikes. And ball outside, 2-2. And ball low. Ryan has battled back to a full count here. And a little number over to short. Caught by the shortstop for the first out. Brings up Wyatt, who last week was some people said he had multiple horseshoes for luck because he reached base on time by 4 errors last week. Ball 1 outside, Wyatt. He hit a pop up in front of the pitcher, who could not catch it, and it bounced into foul territory, but he touched it fair, so that was 1. Had another pop up between first and fouled back, 1-1. Had another pop up between first, second, and the pitcher, and it landed on the dirt infield. Had another grounder over to third. At the third baseman threw wildly to first, and Wyatt was on. So, whoa, ball over his head, 2-1. So Wyatt was on multiple times last week. He actually leads the team in runs scored with 7. Thanks to all of those on bases last week. Ball outside. You get on base in front of the Waterloo leadoff hitters, it's a good chance you can score. Ooh, 2-2. That's a nice pitch. Low and outside. So you got to protect those, Wyatt. And there's a nice little shot up to short and over to first for the out. So 2 outs for Waterloo here in the bottom of the second inning. Brings up Avery. Who's starting in left field this morning in game number 1. And grounder over to third. Off the base. I think Avery's going to beat that out, and he does. That was a tough play. Grounded that one right into the ground. But we are going to give him a hit on that. Brings up Tucker with 2 down. Not aggressive on the base paths that time with Avery. And here comes a little shot out to the shortstop, corralled. I over-rotated on that one, so that will end the Waterloo second inning. But we remain tied here at 2-2. So we're moving to the top of the third inning, and Aiden will be on for his second inning of work. Some fielding changes here for Waterloo. I see Ryan is off the bench, and he will be behind the plate. Looks like the outfield is staying the same. Jacob will be sitting the bench here in the third inning, as Mason comes out from behind the plate and heads back to third. Sun directly behind me now. Makes it hard to see into the camera to film this, but we will try to remain diligent. As I was mentioning before, Waterloo has to play Styx Academy after this game at noon down here in Waukesha, who is undefeated at 6-0 in this fall ball league. So, we're back to baseball here, and Aiden's first pitch is high. Ball 1. And there's a swing and a miss. Ball and a strike. And going inside. And there's a little bloop out here to center field. Tucker corrals that. He'll get it in. So leadoff single for East Troy in the top of the third inning. And there's a little number over to second. AJ throws over to first for the out. Runner on first advances to second, but we'll take the out. Cleanup hitter is now up for So Aiden induces a foul ball on that one. We had a little time there. We had a ball that was in here from the field number 5. And coming back, ball 2. Nope, 1-1, excuse me. That first ball was a foul ball. That's correct. So 2-1 count here. And there's a swing and a miss. An outstanding pitch there by Aiden. So we are at 2-1, or 2-2 here. And trying to steal third. So he steals third on the strikeout. So it's Aiden's first strikeout of the game. So 2 down with East Troy has a runner on third. And that's a little shot over to AJ. Throws to first without any damage occurring in the third inning for East Troy. So they strand a runner at third base. So through 2.5, it is still tied 2-2. The Waterloo has the top of their lineup coming up. Gavin, Mason, and Aiden. Who out of those 3, 2 of them scored in the top of the first inning. So as I was saying earlier, East Troy, or Waterloo has to take on Styx Academy at noon. Once again, should be about 20 degrees warmer than what it is now. Well, probably actually about 15, because it is starting to get a little warm out. It was about 60 degrees when we started this morning, and at 8 o'clock, and it'll be 80 by noon. So sitting here about a little over an hour left to play of this one. And we're moving right along here through 2.5 innings. So last couple of games for Waterloo have been close. They won 3-1, and then the last game was 7-4. So prior to that, I think at least one team, whether it was Waterloo or their opponents, had double digits. So we'd like to see a nice offensive output this inning, especially with the top of the lineup here. Plate more than a couple runs, and let's put an extremely crooked number on the board. Alright, so we hit another ball in the field here when we were getting ready for play. So here we go. First pitch to Gavin here in the bottom of the third is strike one. And that's ball low and outside. And that's over Gavin's head, 2-1. And Gavin with a pop-up to short over here. And that'll be the first out of the inning. It brings up Mason, who singled and scored in the first. Ball high to him, so 1-0. And that's high, 2-0. And 3-0. I don't quite think this is the intentional walk, but there's been nothing close to Mason here. So, 4 straight pitches and Mason will take first base. So, runner on first with 1 down brings up Aiden. And swing and a miss. And Mason is in with another stolen base. And Mason's off to third. And he is in there, and the ball is high on the throw to third. So Mason scores via the walk, stolen base, and then an error. So Waterloo takes the lead in the bottom of the third inning, 3-2. And it's 2-1 to Aiden. Oh, 2-2 now. I have my headphones on. I can't hear what the umpire's always saying. So that is another pop-up to second base, I believe. Yes, caught by the second baseman for the second out. So AJ steps to the plate. Ball outside. And fouled off the fence for a ball and a strike. AJ struck out in the first inning. And back against the backstop, 1-2. And AJ out via the strikeout to end the third inning. But Waterloo scores to take the lead. Basically by Mason by himself. Walk, stolen base, and then advances to home on the overthrow from the catcher. So Waterloo takes a 3-2 lead. And Aiden will come out for his third inning on the mound to start the top of the fourth. Looks like Dylan is going to sit this inning. Jacob will come off the bench to go play first base. And outfield, infield, the rest is the same. So, got a nail biter here. The first game of the day. You know, getting up early for these 8 o'clock games is a pain, but knowing that you're going to be done by mid-afternoon with a noon game, you know, you're going to be done by 1:45, get packed up, be home by 3 maybe. Knowing that you at least have the afternoon to cut the grass or get some other stuff done around the house. Take a nap if that's your thing. So third game in a row that Waterloo is struggling here a little bit to score some runs. They exploded for 3 runs at top of the 6th against Puma last week in their second game, but other than that they scored 3 runs before that and only 4 really before that inning. Aiden with a strike, and then only 3 runs in this game so far. So and another swing coming up empty on one of Aiden's pitches, so that will be 0-2. And there's a line shot, just foul down the right field line. And we got a new ball coming into play. And there it is, right down the middle. Strikeout looking for Aiden. That's his second strikeout of the game. First out of the top of the 4th inning. And ball low. That's the second one that's kind of been close that Ryan has been unable to catch. There's a good waste of a pitch, but still 2-0 though. And there's a foul straight back. I think Aiden better watch it. He's not coming set for a full second. He might get called for a balk. He's getting close. I know he likes to work fast. He's like a Brent Suter type. And there he came set better. And there's strike 2, 2-2. There's 3-2 right over to Gavin, who gloves it and throws to first. In time for the out. Nope. Must be an error. Sorry, I thought he was out, but he is safe at first. So only one down here with a runner on first. And he's off at the pitch and fouled back for strike one. So a lot of stealing in this league. Bases are back a little bit further than what Waterloo is used to playing in their rec league. So a little further throw from catcher to second base. A little longer throw from the pitcher to the plate. So those two combined factors makes it, I guess, a little bit easier to steal. And he's off again. So swing and a miss. And nice throw down there, but the runner had it stolen. So 2-1 here. And there it is, 2-2. And that one is fouled into diamond number 3. Once again, these diamonds are relatively close together. I mean, there's a walking path and maybe another 8 to 10 feet of grass on either side of that walking path. That's about 5 feet wide. So, oh, he's going to third. And safe at third. So, nice fire down to third by Ryan, but once again, the runner had that base stolen. And that ball is outside. So full count now with one down. There's a little grounder over to second through the hole at first base, and that will plate a run for East Troy, who now ties it up at 3 apiece. So the middle part of the order for East Troy is what is the one that's doing the damage. They are the ones that scored 2 runs here in the second inning, and they've plated another run here in the 4th inning. There's a nice pitch. Did he call that a strike? That definitely looked good. I can't tell what the count is right now. That's outside, and that went back to the fence. So that will be a advance on a wild pitch there. That was a little out of Ryan's reach. There's a nice pitch. Ryan framed that one nice. It was right on the outside corner. So we are looking at 2-2. Ball high. And nope, that is another walk issued by Aiden, his 3rd of the game. So 1 out, and East Troy with a run in. Runners on the corners. Ball low and outside. So infield visit here for Coach Reedy and the Waterloo Pirates. Probably just wants to make sure we've got the right defense called here for runners on the corners, and whether or not somebody, if they're stealing second, are we going to try to throw it down? So the mound conference is over. So reset here at a ball and no strikes. 1 down. And throw back to first, but the runner's back in time. And swing and a miss. 1-1. And there is a foul ball over to third, over the fence. Jacob unable to, or Mason, excuse me, Jacob's over at first. Mason unable to have enough real estate there so he could corral that. Avery gave chase as well out from left field, but it was over the fence. So we're at 1-2 here. Steps off and bluff throw to third. Runner from first was not going to second. So we're going to reset this here at 1-2 with runners on the corners. And that ball is high off the fence, bounces all the way back to Aiden. And the runner from first will advance to second on the wild pitch. So no force out anymore. So now Aiden's got to take it himself, 2-2. And there is a little bloop over to just over Mason's head. And he fires home. And he is in a rundown. He is out at third. So it looked like Mason had a chance to catch that. So the runner on third did not move. And the runner on second was already halfway to third base on that one. Mason was able to come up firing to Ryan. They got him caught down in a pickle. Ryan ran him back to third base, and he was tagged by Gavin at third for the second out. So runners on first and second now with that hit. Ball low. But no run scores on that. So we still remain tied 3-3 now with 2 outs. And fouled off the fence. 1-1. There's a nice pitch, 1-2. Ooh, just a bit inside. That was a nice pitch, Aiden. Okay, 1-2. 2-2, excuse me. Runners on first and second. And there's a foul off the fence. So we'll do it again. 2-2. And inside. So full count. The runners will be off with the pitch. That was ball 4. I thought so. Police officer over here down the road. So bases loaded here in the top of the 4th. Aiden with a nice pitch there. Get him ahead 0-1. Ball is... Score is tied 3-3. And it's ball outside. 1-1. And here comes a shot out to center field. Tucker corrals it. So, a single out to center plates 2 runs. So runners on second and third. That's fouled off the fence by the first baseman for strike 1. Ball over his head. 1-1. That ball is low. 2-1. Three and one. So one more pitch away here from loading the bases again on a walk. So, pitching change here for Waterloo. Aiden moves to second base. Mason to short, AJ to third, and Gavin is coming into pitch now. So Aiden is responsible for the runners on first, second, and third. All right, so we are back to baseball here. Ball outside. And there is a pop fly to Tucker. And he corrals it for the third out. So 2 pitches out of Gavin, and he closes the book on Eden this game. But East Troy scores 3 in the top of the 4th to take a 5-3 lead. Up for Waterloo will be Jacob, Dylan, and Ryan. So we're sitting here with about 39 minutes to go here. And we have a new pitcher here for East Troy. It looks like it. Yes, new pitcher. Just going back and forth between the bases here just to see if I've still got... I had to adjust my tripod here real quick. So again, to reset, East Troy with 3 runs there in the top of the 4th inning takes a 5-3 lead. Waterloo will send up 5, 6, and 7 batters. Jacob Dillon and Ryan this half inning against a new East Troy pitcher. And again, we will be back here at noon for the Waterloo Sticks game, which should be a good one also. And ball inside on the first pitch to Jacob. Oh, that hit Jacob right on the leg or the ankle. He's walking it off. Not happy about it, but he's walking it off. All right, Jacob's all right, so we are back to play. Oh, over Dillon's head. 1-0. And that ball's inside. 2-0. Two and one. And Jacob's off with the pitch. And Jacob is safe with a stolen base. 3-1 count. Jacob's second stolen base of the game. And Dillon swinging a miss. Strike 2. 3-2. That's ball 4. So the first 2 batters here in the bottom of the 4th inning have reached for Waterloo. Brings up Ryan. coaching pitch or coaching visit to the mound here after the first two batters. All right. Sasha, it's 5-3. East Troy is leading. But Waterloo is threatening here in the bottom of the fourth inning with runners on first and second and nobody out. So, strike one to Ryan. And strike two by Ryan. That ball is high, 1-2. And no throw, just a dirty jersey for, and that is going to be a fair ball. Infield single for Ryan to load the bases for Wyatt, and nobody out. So just like East Troy was doing with the middle of their lineup, Waterloo's middle of their lineup is now starting to come around and get on base. And that ball is low back to the fence, but not far enough for Jacob to try to even think about scoring. So 1-0 to Wyatt. Base is full of Pirates. And that's outside, 2-0. So I wonder if Coach Reedy has it in his mind with the control issues with this pitcher, not for Waterloo to even swing until there's already one strike on him. Because you've got Wyatt here, Avery's on deck, and then Tucker. And after that, you've got the top of the order up, so... Ooh. Must have just caught the outside corner there. 2-1 to Wyatt. And Wyatt fouled one straight back, 2-2. And Wyatt. That is a fair ball. That is a fair ball just over the first baseman's head. Wyatt with a hit. Jacob scores. Bases remain loaded, nobody out. It is now 5-4 East Troy. Brings up Avery. That ball's outside. And Avery Peachy with a grounder to second. Corralled, throwing home. But Dillon is in with the tying run. And Avery is on via fielder's choice. Dylan scores, and we are now tied. Still nobody out. And Tucker with a foul back. So Waterloo tying the game up here with nobody down in the bottom of the fourth, and bases are still loaded. Ooh, 1-1 to Tucker. And Tucker with a big swing and running down to third, like that was the third strike that was dropped, but so Tucker does strike out. I guess that one pitch was that first pitch was a strike. So we've got top of the order up in Gavin with one down. And that ball is outside, 1-0 to Gavin. And that's over the catcher's head. 2-0 count. That's a nice pitch. 2-1. Two and one with only one down. And inside pitch, 2-2. Big swing by Gavin. That ball is outside for a full count. No place to put him here for the east side pitcher. 3-2. Bases loaded, only one out. And that is outside. So Gavin walks. Gets a free RBI on that. Ryan will score. So that's 3 runs here for Waterloo in the bottom of the fourth inning to take the lead. 6-5, and Mason's up, who was 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored and a walk. And Mason hits one back to the fence, off the fence. And Mason held to a long single, but he gets 2 RBIs on that as Wyatt and Avery score. Gavin ends up on third. So Aiden is up. And back over to first. And the throw over to first to try to get Mason out at first And Gavin takes off with the throw over to first. And he is in safely. So we cannot credit Mason with another stolen base there on the throw back home. So however, Waterloo is now up 9-5. Scoring 6 runs this inning with only 1 out yet. We've got Aiden up, then AJ, then back to Jacob, who got plunked earlier this inning. And that ball is low. And Mason will take off and be safe at third. And it gets away from the third baseman. Mason will come around to score. And that will be 10. So here's the run eruption I was looking for that we haven't seen out of this team in about 3 games. So they've put 7 on the board already. Bases are empty. And only 1 down. 3-1? 2-1. Okay. And that's low, 3-1. And there you go. That is a walk to Aiden. His first time reaching today brings up AJ. And oh, Aiden caught trying to steal. I think his foot was in there before the ball was, but that's only my opinion. So 2 down in the inning now. AJ is up. And big swing by AJ. And foul tip, strike 2. That ball is outside. And AJ will fall back again. AJ's freezing alive. And that one's high. 2-2, I believe. And AJ down via the strikeout to end the Waterloo 4th inning, but Waterloo erupts for 7 runs. And bats around that inning to take now a commanding 10-5 lead heading into the top of the fifth. Defensive changes here for Waterloo. Ryan has moved to right field. Tucker is in center. Jacob is over here in left. We have Avery at first. Aiden at second. Mason at short. AJ at third. Dylan behind the plate. And Gavin is back on the mound for Waterloo. There's one thing you can say about Waterloo. They do have a plethora of available catching on this team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5, maybe even 6 people on 6 athletes on this team that can catch. They also have about 7 or 8 of them that can pitch, so they are deep at those positions. So one thing that will lend you come tournament time and multiple games per week situations when these athletes get older. So Gavin threw 2 pitches in the top of the 4th inning to retire the 3rd out. So he has a pretty fresh arm. He's thrown more warm-up pitches than he's thrown actual pitches, so hopefully we can move forward with this inning, get back up to bat here and score some more runs. We're down to about 17, 18 minutes, I guess, on this game to be played. You're up by 5. Let's keep this going, boys. And the first pitch is high from Gavin, ball 1. And Gavin coming back. There's a nice. So that is out to right field. And Ryan corrals it, holds the runner to a long single. So East Troy with their leadoff batter aboard here in the top of the 5th. Throws back to first, low. So Gavin threw wildly to first base, allowing the runner to advance to second. Avery was unable to dig that one out of the dirt, landed about 2 feet in front of him in the bag. So East Troy, the runner actually gets 2 bases when the ball goes out of play, so he is now on third with nobody out. And time is called. Don't know what time was for, but third base coach is kneeling. He's not even standing up. So, swing and a miss. Strike 1 on second batter of the inning for East Troy. And ball high. Another ball high, 2-1. East Troy dugout making some noise now for some rally. Getting behind their batter. And it's fouled back, 2-2. Two and two, nobody out here. Runner on third for East Troy in the top of the 5th. And that ball is high. We're going to run it full. Bring that down a little bit, Gavin. He's going to swing in it and miss it. There it is. And fouled between fields 2 and 3. And we'll do it again with a full count. And fouled straight back. Batter stays alive. More foul balls, more pitches he sees. It's normally an advantage to the batter. See if that holds true here or not. And there's a little grounder back to Gavin. Over to Peachy for the out. And the runner on third does not advance. Gavin looks him back to first base or back to third base for the first out. So one down here in the top of the 5th inning. That's a nice pitch. Little smaller player, you got to bring that down into the strike zone, and Gavin was able to do that. That one was high. Good secondary lead over there by the East Troy runner on third. Oh, a little high again. 2-1. There's a swing and a miss. 2-2. Gavin's got him down. And there's strike 3. Picked up, corralled by Dylan over to first, and he's safe. So we'll count that as a strikeout, but it only goes down as 1 out as a strikeout. Does not go down as a regular out. Dylan unable to get control of that one and get it down to first in time. He's off at the pitch. Dylan is not going to throw down to second, so defensive indifference allows that runner to take second. So still only 1 out. And runners on second and third fouled off. And that is a bloop out into right field, picked up by Ryan, and that will be 2 runs that score on that play for East Troy. So that makes it 10-7 now with only 1 down and a runner on second. Just outside. There's a nice pitch, 1-1. Yeah, this is a back and forth contest of offense and walks and wild pitches and there's strike 3. There's 2 down. There's a big swing and a miss. Ooh, just a little bit high, 2-1. As I said before, these East Troy batters, they don't swing at high pitches. They are quite disciplined. There's a strike, 2-2. One more strike away from closing this inning. Still with a lead then. Oh, just high, 3-2. 3-2. Let's run it full. There it is. Oh, okay. I guess it was 3-1. Now it's 3-2. Becoming a fan here, I can't try to do everything at once. There's swing and a miss, strike 3. So Gavin, after some early trouble, slams the door shut there. We'll give him 3 strikeouts that inning. Only 2 really counted as outs, though. East Troy was able to score 2 runs on that. And through 4.5, excuse me, it is Waterloo 10, East Troy 7. Coming up for Waterloo, just like the beginning of last inning, we've got Jacob, Dylan, and Ryan. What did we batted around the last inning? We're sitting here with about 7-8 minutes to go, maybe. So, if I can use a tennis term here, if we can hold serve and waste that amount of minutes. And we're going to get out of here with a victory and go into the noon game against Styx with a 5-2 record. So Jacob's going to step in here shortly. He was plunked his last time up. Getting around to score. The first run of last inning. And swing and a fall back by Jacob. Strike 1. And that's ball spiked in the dirt and over the catcher's head for ball 1-1. Oh, inside to Jacob. He's jumping out of the way of that after he got plunked last inning. 2-1. 3-1. That was low too. And Jacob with a grounder up just outside of third base. So we run it full. Three and 2. And that is ball 4. So Jacob is on again. So he's got a hit, an at-bat, a run, a walk, a wild pitch, and a hit by pitch, a ribby, 2 stolen bases. He's almost got every column filled in. Brings up Dylan. And that's high. And throws back behind Jacob, but Jacob's back in plenty of time. Oh, that was a late strike call. And there's a little grounder to So Dylan reaches by the fielder's choice. Jacob out at second. So one down here in the bottom of the fifth brings up Ryan, and that ball is low and outside. I tell you, almost every team that Waterloo has played in this league so far is not afraid to throw behind the runner at first. And Ryan with a little nubber right between first and second. He is going to be safe at first. So Ryan with his second hit of the game. That's it. Game's over. All right. So Waterloo scores another victory, 10-7 here against East Troy. The big inning for Waterloo, the bottom of the fourth, where they scored 7 and batted around. That was the difference in this game. Jacob only pitching 1 inning, striking out the side. Coach Reedy wanting to save his arm for the next game against Sticks, who 6-0. I think they play at 10 o'clock here on one of these diamonds. So once again, from Infinity Fields here in Waukesha, it is Waterloo improving their record to 5-2, defeating the East Troy Knights 10-7. And we will be back broadcasting at noon when Waterloo takes on the Sticks Academy. I hope to have this video and that game uploaded to my YouTube channel, H2O-Lou Pirates Media, sometime this evening. So we will talk to you later.